LP, and this is my 4th day in a row on LP on my fully rated single speed, and staying clipped in. Hopefully no dab today. I think I've done no dab 2 of the past 3 days. I think one day I had to dab on a little climbing section, but for the most part I try to do no dab, stay clipped in. It's kind of a thing I like to do to challenge myself to be able to balance and track stand type of stuff around the corners, as opposed to putting my foot down and moto styling the corners. I don't know why my brakes are squeaky. Might be time for some new pads, who knows. But here's how the terrain looks. Hello, just me. And it's a little bit cooler down here, so in the summertime you get a little bit of shade, which is nice. But there's hardly any water this year. We've got basically no rain. This is normally a little water crossing. That's all dried up. And I'm not sure if we'll have any water crossings today, until we may have any water until it rains again. Oh my gosh, I hate when my brakes get squeaky like that. They're either glazed over or they're just dirty, need to be cleaned up. But it has been 4 days in a row of riding this single speed, of that daily wear and tear on my brakes. And most of those days I went all the way to the top of Brown, except for yesterday I didn't go all the way to the top. But the other 2 days I did, and today I did. So 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Thank God these Teravail tires are holding their air. The other day when I rode the Teravail Ehline tires on last week when I rode my Escar Hayduke with them, they were losing air the whole way. And it's such a buzzkill when you have to stop and air up your tire, and then you say, should I pull it off and put a tube, or should I just ride it out because it's a slow leak? I love those little jumps. So this is why I like a supple tire on my fully rigid hardtails, because I got to deal with that stuff. And no suspension, folks, just my body, just my arms that aren't as big and strong as they used to be. Ever since this COVID, I have not been going to the gym, so I've lost a lot of upper body strength. Hello. I've kept my strength for my legs because I've been riding a lot. I rode about 300 miles last month. This month, hopefully I'll hit the 400-mile mark. And that's not because of this mountain biking. These rides are short, 14, 15-mile rides, or sometimes only 7 or 8-mile rides. The rides that are significant in distance are on my gravel bike, when I ride to the beach. Those are 80, 90 mile rides. You see how the sunset is? I'm going right into the sun. And I'm not gonna take any chances. Just gonna get a nice clean ride in. Clean ride, the definition of a clean ride is a ride where you obviously don't crash, but where you don't have to skid or stop or take your feet off the pedals. That's a clean ride. And I love it when I can get a clean ride and do every little section with my feet clipped in and not have to take them out. And I made a habit out of riding El Prieto, and as much as it looks intimidating or advanced to some, it's what I grew up on, what I got used to. Can't really say grew up, I didn't really start mountain biking until my 20s. So, but it's what I've been riding for the past 20 years and even longer. Basically since my daughter was born, and she's 26. So 26 years from newbie to where I'm at right now. And believe me, the first couple times I didn't ride all these sections. Thank you. This section's tricky. I was slowing it down because I wasn't sure if he was going to go into that or not. That could be tricky too, going over that little climb. You just have to keep pedaling and make sure you have it timed, or you ratchet your pedal so you don't strike a pedal. Now, I've never been one to get the 170 millimeter cranks. Matter of fact, I had 180 cranks when I first started single speeding, because that was the thought process, to have a little bit longer crank arm for the leverage you might need for a single speed, doing some stuff, you know, and coming up, you know, little fast punchy climb sections. So I did have the 180s for a while, but then I just went back to regular 175s. But I never went down to 170s on any of my bikes, and I've been fine with that. I don't buy into this. If you're short, or if you have a real low bottom bracket, you need to shorten to 170. If you're used to 175 and it's working for you, then just go with it. It's been working for me for a long time. Just ride what your bike came with, for the most part. If you're building up a new bike and you're really getting into the setup and really dialing it in, you know, building it up specifically to what trails you're going to ride and your skill level and your size and everything like that, maybe if you're under 5'5" or 5'6", you can get some 170s. But hello, it's just me. But if you're, I love this part. But if you're already been riding 175s and you've never had any problems, I mean, why change? That's just my thoughts. And I do like to fix up my bikes and buy different bike parts, but I've never shortened the crank arm length on any of my bikes. I've always just got 175, except for that long time ago when I had the 170s, and that was because, I mean 180s, and that was because that's what I thought was the best thing to do for a single speed, and it worked out. But then I sold that single speed, and I forget what happened to those cranks. I parted it out, is what I did. The frame is actually in the Philippines, and it's a commuter type gravel bike now with gears. It's not a single speed anymore, and it's got more of a commuter type